Welcome, Kurtika. Oh, oh. The darkest probably done. Uh, so good. So pain in the ass. Hi, how you doing, Comic King? My drawing master. Oh, drawing master. I'm being a fool. How you doing, Comic King? Are you working on any comics? Or just doing comics? What's up, Portugus? but it won't be the final. It'll just be the raw versions. You'll be able to, you know, it won't be the volume release version. We'll see what happens. Can't predict the future. But I can tell you that today we're going to be dropping some pages for you. Not just drawing and just showing the pages, but actually beginning beginning to share it with you. Um, Basically, I won't be editing the art, but I'll be releasing it for y'all to read. So it won't be the final version. That's the idea. There will be some instances probably where I'll move panels around in the final version, like in terms of spreading it across more pages if it feels too compact. But you know, okay, Habib, you gonna go? Bye. I love you. Love you too. Bye. All right. Have fun, okay? Love you. Yeah, but basically, it's just gonna be for you guys to be able to read it and enjoy at least the traditional, uh, the raw version of the pages. And I can actually focus on making it better, not like rushing. It's been a while. How are you doing? Awesome. That's good to hear, bro. It's good to hear. What is it that you like to draw? This. It's really fun to do that. At least try to, even if you don't like what you create. It will help develop your style. And that's really important. Learning your own story, art. You gotta have a style. You gotta have a way that just makes you distinct. And that might not be always art. It doesn't necessarily mean artists. You can call us writers and artists, or you can do both. And if you only want to do writing and that's where your thing is at, and you feel like your art skills aren't all there, and that it will not do justice towards your story, do the writing and get an art. But if you're up for the challenge of doing both, really like making this thing completely with your own two hands, I don't know, man. There's just something about that. I know that writing is it's also you're getting immersed in the world. You're constantly thinking about it. Dude, when you do both, it just things start to cross over. Sometimes you'll get inspiration through images. Sometimes you get inspiration through concepts or ideas or whatever. But there'll be a constant flow because you're getting two rivers instead of one. And you know, everybody has their way and everybody has their comfort zone. But if you're up for the challenge, do the writing, do the art, do everything. And then you share it with your friends, share it with publisher, small, big, whatever. Get feedback. Just keep that real. A lot of our issues that we have in our lives is mostly self-created. And the fact that capacity to self-create it's the same capacity to draw to write to create. So the busier you are with something, creating something, you sort of focus all those problems, at least a good chunk of them, that could potentially be created for yourself. Whatever you have, you take a big chunk of those problems and you put it on this project, and this becomes the problem to solve. So it's when you deal with a lot of stress, anxiety, and you don't really have an outlet to channel it, you create this mental stress more and more. You exaggerate, then you start to believe it, and it's just best not to fall into that trap. It's such an obvious trap. And really, channel it. Get lost in the story. It's something that inspires you to go into it. Design the characters, design the world, design the places, existing. Completely something is good for you. It's good. What's up, guys? Welcome. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate you, Jin Jeezy. Yeah, it's hard to say all at once. Jin Jeezy. Oh, thanks, bro. Thank you, Jane. Well, finally. fix that later. Hey, how you doing, Queen? Queen. I'm not sure how to say your name. Queenie. Yo, what up, X Gamer? How you doing, bro? Did you post the chapter? I will be posting it today. So you'll probably see it tonight because I'm gonna be doing this page. I'm gonna do another page and another sketch. I think I was gonna do, or I was gonna work on this one. I was gonna work on this one next after I ink this one. Then I'm gonna do this cover. I'm probably gonna tighten up the pencils for this one because it's still very raw. It's very early stage sketch. And then I was gonna work a little bit on another thing, and after that, I was gonna go in the house and start doing all the page work on the computer and start to get the dialogue in. So probably tonight I'll drop. Um, Basically, there's no set time and there's no set amount of pages every Friday, but it will drop. Expect to drop, but for sure Saturday morning you will have something to read if you wake up and you see it. But it will be released on a Friday afternoon or evening, depending on how long it takes to fix up the dialogue for the pages I'm gonna unofficially release. Yeah, bro, I can't wait to just focus on that later on in the day. All these done. So did you end up making that manga, X Gamer, or think of an idea? What up, Sergio? Hey, welcome, guys. Oh man, it is not easy doing art on this shit, man. It's not easy to grow in this world as artists. I'm gonna tell you the truth, guys. Look at me. Look at how much I work and how often I do it. So if you guys are doing this, really, you gotta kind of get that out of your head. Don't even think about any money. I'm sorry. That's just the reality. And they're gonna lie to you, bro. They're gonna lie to you. They're gonna say you can make money. Yeah, if you like to draw other people's stuff, if you don't want to do your own original stuff, yeah, no, you're not gonna get rewarded for that. They won't even give you likes. They won't even give you nothing. Like I've been going about this for years. If you guys have any want to do something original, you're gonna have to understand you're blazing your own trail. You guys are walking your own path, and you know a lot of the times if they can't control you, they'll keep you shadow banned or whatever. So you'll be showing a lot of people that will see your lives, like they're people that don't even care about this genre of art. So you just got to recognize that it's not going to be easy. Don't do it for the likes. Don't get discouraged by the likes. Don't don't care about the viewers like that. It's only the ones that are potentially trying to grow and do something original themselves that I try to focus on. And it's sad, but that's just the way it is. People are they like familiar things. They like things that they've grown up with, and they want to see that thing flourish. New things, you gotta have a million and one connections and a million and one chances of luck to get that even going out there. But it's irrelevant because what we're sharing here is truth through comics, through this story. This is, even though this is a comedic kind of page, um, you know, this storyline is what's important about sharing with you guys. This very very long epic comic. The world could go fuck itself, honestly, because they don't give a fuck about you. So really, really don't give a fuck about it. Care about only those in your world. Everybody else, man, honestly, they don't give a shit. And it sucks, but that's just how it is. It's because you didn't draw Boruto, bro. You didn't draw Spider-Man or Batman for them. You drew your own thing. And most of the people in the world are fucking basic, bro. That's the reality. Like they don't have an imagination. Like, they don't want to tap into that. They'd rather just consume. Um, so when they see original stuff, they're very critical towards it. They're very like, what the hell? And it really shows more about themselves than what they're saying. you know. So, but real ones, when they see an original person, original creator, original art, they actually support it. They don't just like judge and like ignore its existence. That's just how it is. I'm sorry I didn't draw Boruto for you, buddy. I'm sorry I didn't draw fucking Itachi for you, buddy, or Naruto or whatever, or Goku or whatever. I'm drawing my own thing, and I actually believe in. And it's funny how people confuse numbers for actual skill. This is another fucking thing that just really is so obviously bullshit. But most of the basic fuckers in the world fall for this shit. That's why you see when people have numbers, even if their shit is trash, they'll keep they'll keep growing. They will keep growing, and it won't even matter because like, hey, these motherfuckers, a lot of them just drawing what they see directly on a computer screen, copying it line for line, right? And just doing that. That, because it's a point of familiarity, people can recognize it, they can decide to like or not. It's something they don't even recognize because it's something brand new. It's like it doesn't exist. It's like What the hell? So that's why whenever you guys run into an actual original creator, you see his art, even if it's trash, even if her art is bad or whatever, you support them. You give them likes, give them share, give them encouragement. Because we need more people doing their own stuff. Um, we don't need more people drawing Boruto, Naruto, Waruto, whatever the fuck is next toe. You know, it's too much. It's kind of pathetic that's what's winning, and people just go on that. The rest is winning because it's like everybody covers that. It's kind of pathetic. And uh, you know, I can do my whole life, and I could draw this whole thing out and put it out there, and not a single person heard of it, but I would just still died happily because I shared what was in my head, what was coming from my heart. While people that are just trying to please others all day, seeking, oh, please like my picture of Hinata or Batman. Yeah, I drew the Joker. Okay, great, bro. And these people who make a whole career out of that, and they didn't even get permission from the original creators to do that, but whatever. It's all good. But they make a whole career out of it, bro. And it's funny. These fools end up being teachers in art schools and all this stuff. It's like, what the fuck? When you start to see through the lie, when you experience it firsthand, you're like, oh, I'm really on my own here. I'm actually on my own here. I gotta actually make my own way. There's no other way. And you go, you work 3 jobs, you do this simultaneously. The world is really not trying to help you do your original thing, and you have to ask yourself, why is that? Why does it reward mediocrity? Why does it reward familiarity and the same shit we fucking consume on a daily basis? It's because the majority of the world are comprised of basic people, just basic minded people who have zero interest in anything outside of their comfort zone. Zero interest in anything outside of what the establishment hasn't okayed for them, right? And so you have to realize is the reason it's so freaking hard to grow as an original creator on this thing. I'm not talking about people who are just talking into the phone and calling themselves artists, but really just talking about how to get more likes or talking about how, they had this art teacher or whatever the fuck. I'm talking about people who are actually making original stuff and looking at them, not stuff, not drawing Bugs Bunny, not drawing Mickey Mouse, people who are drawing their own stuff that the reason they are having such a hard time is because they're actually anti-establishment. And the establishment, which is the algorithm, ain't gonna support that. It ain't gonna support it because like, what the hell am I gonna do? Who am I gonna show you to? Yeah. And then on top of that, there's another layer of there's the basicness that exists in the world of the mentality people have. So there's a dual layer that we have, and we can't do anything about it. We actually can't do anything about it, and that's the most infuriating reality that you realize on this path. So what you end up having to do is, so bro, is play by and break the rules. So you gotta play by the rules, but you gotta break them too, because this shit's gonna snatch your soul. So what I'm doing is releasing my work to y'all in this raw form, in my style, showing you the process, showing you everything, essentially. Not everything, believe it or not. Just the parts that have to do with the drawing production. Not the writing, not that. I can't show you all that stuff. I don't want to give away everything, right? But I do that, and then I'm also aiming towards an official route, right? So aiming towards a publisher, aiming towards that, right? But there's hurdles there too. Of course there are. They don't. If you're not a pro, if you don't have a connection, there you go. You have another burden to go against. So just to kind of bring all this together, we really have this belief. We've been brainwashed to believe that the people who are succeeding are the ones who earned it, and they did it through hard work and labor. just dedication, pure dedication. And the ones who didn't succeed is because they just didn't work hard enough, or just because, you know, uh, they just spun their wheels. They wasted their time or whatever. You know, you could think of many reasons why people will say this, but really what it is that people who have fortune, who have connections and luck, right? Even if they didn't work hard at all, when they start to believe that they are that thing, that they deserve that credit that they got, even though it's for sure not matching the quality that they're creating, not matching the originality or anything, you know, they have to lie to themselves. When their life is too easy and they're making too much money and they're seeing people beneath them struggling like crazy, they have to lie to themselves and tell themselves that they've earned it. Not that people actually, uh, you know, hook them up, or that they were born in the right family, or that they, they just were hitting a very, very, very particular niche that has a very, 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 very weird fucking following that I'm not gonna get into, right? And they're just pleasing those people. Not because of those things. It's because they earned it, and it becomes an ego thing. And then you see these people at the fucking top, and this goes beyond art. Because of that ego thing, they end up deciding to limit the opportunities for others, not expand. You would think that it would be like, oh, actually, hey, I'm in comics officially as a pro now, so I'm gonna actually bring in people who are trying to do comics and help them as assistants and make them apprentices and bring them up and actually create opportunities and expand. No, it's not about that. It's not about the service, the creation of the work. It's about profit, connections, luck. What? I don't want to play that game. That's not real. That's not true. That's a false reality you superimpose on the world because of something. But it's something, really. It's something. And something that is there to test us, Something there to really test us to see who's going to fold, what your spirit's made out of, This something is just going to constantly be a pain in the ass until the end of time to us. If you're an original creator, you're actually doing your own stuff, guys. It is hard. Embrace that it's hard. Embrace the low counts. Embrace the low views. Embrace all of it. You know, don't think any of it has anything to do with your actual value as a creator, as a person, as whatever. It doesn't. Most people in the world are fucking basic. Most art that is successful is fucking trash. Most things are fake as fuck. And the only thing that's real is that you're creating, you're making your work, and you're sharing it. Forget about that result, that count. All that shit is clout. All that shit is bought and paid for by people who were coming from rich families, most likely, or has some diabolical ass connections. So we share with each other, we grow with each other, we learn with each other. Always, always support original artists when you can. Give them words of encouragement. Support them, because the world is increasingly fake, especially with AI being the cherry on top for y'all. Beauty is it's crazy. Is the future OGs? The AI is gonna try to steal your shit. It's so funny. It's like the people who are afraid of AI art, the artists that are actually fucking afraid of that, they're the ones that aren't doing anything original. They're the ones that are doing what AI can do a million times better than them, right? The real ones, the motherfuckers that are actually creating from their imagination, swimming in that fucking ocean, bringing out some delicious ass fish for y'all to chew on, motherfucker. The real artists out there that are self-selected, going into that and bringing out some pearls for you. AI is gonna be learning from them. AI is gonna try copying those guys. because that's where the actual value is. Even if the world doesn't appreciate it, right? So you have actual value there, and it's unfortunate we have a system that's completely flipped, where the truth tellers are the liars, the ones you just ignore, they're crazy, and the actual people with talent, skill, and value, they're the ones at the very very fucking bottom, the bottom of the well. Everything else is getting taken up is because of some agenda propaganda game, you know. So this whole world got flipped upside down, man, and fake prosper in the system. The real are essentially crushed by its weight if they don't give up. If they give up, they're able to just keep creating, putting this stuff out there, leave their mark in some way. That's it. Mission accomplished. Everything else, if you succeed, if you're able to, buy your family a house, you know, have kids, raise them, take care of them, your wife, your kids, whatever, all that stuff, all of it. Don't expect it to come out of something original, unfortunately, bro. And it's a harsh reality, but it's true. And this is because I've been on this path for a long time, guys, and I've been eating shit for a fucking long time, unfortunately. Um, you learn that okay, this really is not this is not a system for people who actually have skill to go up it. It's people more like, can I control you or not? If I can control you, then I'll help you out because I have money and I have connections. Um, okay, yeah, you can win. This guy, fuck him. No. He's doing something completely different. No, fuck him. We don't want to let him do that. So, and this goes also in the East. You'd be surprised. You would think that Japan is also like based on marriage or something. No, it's not. The people you see in Shonen Jump, for example, the most of the time, like 99% of the time, they're people that the editors have been working with and grooming into becoming the next gen, having them literally be apprentices directly under uh, pros at 16, 17, 18, 19, young ages, right? It's the whole thing is just to make you think like one dude with fucking magical powers is doing this thing. No, he's got a team of 15 people, bro. Did work. Yeah, he's doing the original style. He's doing his own art. That's awesome. But it's not like it's all about making a big lie and selling. Like, what the hell is that? But that's what sells. The fantasies that, oh, this person, wow. It's all about ego fantasies. That's what sells. And in case for Japan, it's like all about like, oh, are you a fucking well seasoned trained warrior? Are you able to like execute on this high level and just keep doing all this stuff? They fetishize that. They fetishize the crap out of that. But if you actually go and even in interviews, they tell you they work that all the mangakas they pretty much work so hard. The reality is they have a team, bro. They actually have people under them that are learning directly from them. They have editors working with them, telling them, helping them. They're doing a lot of work, but they will 100% exaggerate. And people within the industry have even come out and said, like, they don't like to talk about what really goes on in there because it is a huge team effort. So, you guys, stop believing the cult, okay? Stop believing the culture. It will lie and lie and lie to you to keep you prisoner. You need to create your own. You just got to create your own. And you'll find people that will help you. I will help you. If I win, I will help you. I will help all of you. Make sure that you guys have an actual path towards apprenticeship, towards growth, you know? But don't believe the lies anymore. Don't fetishize these creators. oh wow, look at them. Unless you see them live and they're actually fucking grinding. If you're seeing the end result, don't absolutely believe that they did that 100% on their own, and they, wow, and then you start to idolize them and turn them into fucking like they call, literally they call Oda Goda or some shit, like literally equating him to God. Are you guys crazy? You know Oda has a team of like 15 apprentices. You know what I'm saying? They're working their ass off, but it's, don't fetishize, don't idolize. It's all a part of these people who don't even have skill. The editor side of it, the people who are doing the marketing side of it, they don't have any art skill at all. These guys that are trying, they love it when you fetishize that shit because they know you're gonna consume it more because of that. Because it appeals to your ego, lets you fantasize it. Wow. So break the spell, be free. You're actually a threat to the system if you're actually doing your own original stuff. Um, and don't get bummed out by, you know, the setbacks and the lack of respect and attention that you get from professional channels, from the, you know, online public channels. Uh, Recognize that it really is a system meant to crush your soul. And once you wake up to that and you realize, oh, that's what this is, okay, yeah, learn to let go of the addictions you have to wanting people's respect and attention and everything. You would think like, well, I'm human, I want that. You learn to like let it go, and you learn to just become a receptive medium to art, to your craft. You just create because the page is blank and it's speaking to you. It's telling you this is what I want you to go, and you just become receptive and you start to bring things in that when people stumble across it, they are surprised. They're like, wait, why don't you have a lot of followers? Why don't you have this? Why don't you? Because it's rigged, bro. That's why. You have to literally pay to and almost basically, if not sell your soul to fucking win. Depressing, I know, but it's unfortunately true. So the only hope is virality. Like if somehow your shit blows up from being viral somehow, but that even most of the time is rigged. So if your goal is to go viral, basically, then just keep creating, keep putting your content out there. You never know. But it's not something you can actually reach through your earned effort. It's something in which you really got, it's like lottery shit, you know? So best not to get your hopes up that you're going to win the lottery. It's best is to just keep working, earning, and doing your thing. You know, getting your page count up, creating more songs if you're a musician, you know, making more skits if you're a writer or actress or actor. You know, that's what's best to do. Do the thing that God gave you. That's where the value is. Not in the money and not in the results. Not in the people, not in the nice comments, not in any of that bullshit. All that shit is self-worship. Okay, that's why it's a huge indication as to who runs the system. You know, that we're currently living in, because it teaches you about self-worship. It says, hey, take a million pictures of yourself, and you know, just keep looking. Take another selfie, and now we literally have a term, selfie. Like if that's like one letter away from selfish. The the way it's set up right now, it's all about the idolization of the world outside of you. It's not about what's real inside of you no more. You know, even though we crave that, it's been completely suppressed through technologies, through you know, social media, through video games, through all these different things that are designed to keep us disconnected from our inner world and connected to everything else and nothing at the same time because it's a lie. That's the real battle we're in right now. Uh, the spiritual nemesis of this time would be Ahriman. You guys can go look into Ahriman, who Ahriman is. But essentially, what it means is that we are going to voluntarily give up our capabilities, our capacity, our free will to material alternatives because it could just do it so much better than us, right? At least that's the lie it convinces you to believe. Um, and Ahriman is the ultimate enslavement of us, really, because we choose it. And by choosing it, we are at fault. We're at liability. So it's a huge system that's being um, surgically put into our world now, to the world structure where we're living. That is going, unfortunately, to snatch a lot of souls up. A lot of people have already been caught up in it, and now they're like basically not even a person anymore. They're like a robot. A lot of people. Um, And in a world like that, no wonder why fake things end up going to the top. You know, no wonder why we see the Billboard charts with just trash radio music. Like literally, radio music is an insult at this point. It used to be a thing where you want to get on the radio, but now it's like, yeah, that's just pretty much like radio mainstream shit. You know, it's crazy, but it's because we're recognizing that hey, there's been a takeover. Like the real ones, unfortunately, uh, they didn't win. The takeover happened from like there's no stopping that shit. You'll see that if you just reflect on the past and think about before the age of the phone and the internet, uh, the cell phone and the internet, like life was actually better. It was actually healthier too, and people were much happier. And with all these advancements and everything we have, what we find is that people are more fake and disconnected, more cold, more harsh. Uh, we find that a lot of people stop their path of being creator; they've completely become a consumer. Um, we find that people are selling their bodies more than ever, like selling their everything, right? And that there's all these different kinds of attention traps now. Nothing is actually fulfilling. Nothing is satisfying. Like, nothing quenches your soul's thirst. Everything is just vanity and showing off. Right? It's the same thing, I guess. But that's a huge indication. If you should not play along with it. So unfortunately, a lot of people just fucking play along with it. They think that's what I need to. No, you need to reject that. You need to absolutely reject that, and really do your own thing. Really do your own thing, guys. Stop being afraid to be original, to be judged. Everybody gonna judge you. They're gonna die, and you're gonna die. Whoop. End of story. Right? So don't be afraid of that. You know, nobody's going to be buried with you. You're going to be buried alone. You're going to be with God alone if you believe in God, right? But the way it's set up right now is designed to make you into basically animal, robot people, just following your instincts, doing all that bullshit. That's why it's so important for you guys to create your own work. That's why it's so important for you guys to share. There's literally a field that has all the things that we have in the world. It comes from all the things that you enjoy in your life, the phone you're holding. It literally comes from this field, from this ocean. You need to go into that ocean. You need to tap into it. And that's where your gift for the world is. You actually have to go there. You have to find it, bring it out through your skills and talents. And you have to be dedicated to that. Otherwise, you're dedicated to something that isn't going to really serve you. You're dedicated to something else beyond you, that is a material bound or something. Hey, what's up, to mine? How you doing? The, the system is designed to make you hopeless and make you do absolutely basic shit just to please others that are basic as fuck. That's what the system is designed for. Don't follow the system. The system needs to get crushed, needs to get stomped on and destroyed. Stomp on the system, destroy the fucking system. How you do it is you stop paying attention to its 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 grip over you, over how it makes you want to crave what's natural, success, through your craft, through your means. The system is not designed for you. It's designed for people who just want to replicate and remake. But if you're doing something completely yours, something maybe not yours, something beyond even you, something that you're tapping into, being receptive towards, something original. A lot of these motherfuckers hate that word. If you find a fool who hates that word, know that he's just been brainwashed. Because they've been taught that original isn't a real thing. That's how fucking far the brainwashing went. But the truth is there, and you know, you need to go to that place, that original place, and stomp on the system that way. It can't exist. When truth comes, the lies perish. So just keep creating. That's how you're gonna get it out. And thank God that these fakes that are running the show are not actually in control of the big picture. There's actually someone who's good at the top, but he's allowing this to play out because it's a part of a grander plan. So if you've been given a gift and you know that you have something original you want to share, and you know that the world isn't right, the way you destroy that corrupt world, that setup, that system, is by just creating your work, is just by doing your original thing, putting it out there, constantly doing it, not caring about the results. Don't care about the results of what people think or say or whatever. You have to have that attitude because they will follow you. People follow blind, stupid confidence. It's crazy, but that's most of the leaders in world history were just blind, stupid confidence. They so convinced in themselves. And if you look at the actions they took, is it the best thing to do that? Was it the right thing to slaughter all those people? To do these things? But people followed. So don't worry about these sheep telling you that your shit is nothing or whatever the fuck. Know that the fact that that's happening is a sign that you're actually anti-system, you're anti-establishment, that you're a medicine at work, and that the virus is starting to notice. Okay, so don't let that shit stop you. Okay, don't ever let that shit stop you. No fake can stop a real thing, you know. So just keep going. Okay. Hi, thank you. Thanks, Red Corner. I appreciate you. I'm just kind of like taking my time. I'm not rushing. Just producing it. Pace. I think. What do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. I could probably pencil this a little more. Alhamdulillah. I'll pencil this a little more. Let's see. We've been going on 2 hours. Thanks, Lil Luffy. Appreciate you, bro. Check my sister, my other posts and stuff. You want to see something a little more complete and colored. But we were just talking about it. It's interesting. Your name is Luffy. Luffy is a character who's anti-establishment, who's anti-system. Unfortunately, it's clearly penetrated the culture so much that now you see everywhere. But when you were watching One Piece in the beginning, when you were reading One Piece in the beginning, it's anti-system. It was not mainstream. In fact, it was considered an underdog for a while, you know. And the reason it became so successful is because it stuck true to its original message. Later on, I think it became more about battle shonen stuff and just like all the paint, the lore that came out of all the setup, which is dope. But it became more about a battle shonen. I think part one of One Piece, that's where really the kind of anti-establishment message is there. That Luffy is the medicine to that kind of world where he's free and doing his own original shit. That's the message you all need to follow. You need to do your own original shit. You know, set your sails, go in whatever part of the world you want to go, create. Do your own original shit. Don't just replicate, don't just remake and keep these people, these giants towering over you forever. They're not they're nothing. They're just webbing the fucking path, you know? Create your own work. That's where you can create genuine value. That's what Oda did in the beginning. You look at his interviews, look at how he was climbing up, how he was working. Yeah, he was groomed. He was in the apprenticeship system that they have over there, and that's great. At least they have a system for you, right? Here we don't have shit, but over there they have that system. And Oda, he ended up climbing the ranks through, you know, working his ass off on his art style on One Piece, creating it, generating so many different versions. And even when it wasn't expected to be popular by his editors and all these things, you know, they said, all right, well, we'll see how it is. And guess what happened? It fucking blew everything else out of the water when it was first released. And do you know why? It's specifically because the editors didn't believe in it. Because editors, bro, editors, they're looking for formulas. They're not creative enough, so they're like, fuck it, I need to analyze shit for the rest of my life and judge shit. So you think, oh no, yeah, they read a lot. No, editors, they're the opposite of a creator. Hmm? They're useful, but the wonderful thing is that Oda, he's a proof that, hey, if you're coming out with something truly original, right? And you share it with the people on a mainstream level, if you can get the underdog to be shown on a mainstream level, it's going to blow up. Do you know why? Because it's so different than anything out there. And it has a pure hearted message. It has a real message, a real world that's fully immersed in itself. It's not trying to please the crowd or this crowd, or you see what I'm saying? And so that was a moment in history when you had an underdog. He was, even though all his editors, everybody, they said this ain't shit, this ain't gonna be shit. Guess what happened? It fucking blew Naruto and Bleach, all these guys. And Tai Kubo, look, I remember reading an interview about when, because Oda and Tai Kubo were competing to be the one to debut. And what happened was they chose Oda over Taite Kubo because they liked his. They thought his thing was more, I guess, open because it's more friendly looking, I guess you'd say. And I think the story was probably a little better than his, right? But they still didn't believe in One Piece. They actually said they don't think it's gonna be a success or all this stuff. And this was when Dragon Ball was out of the window now because it just finished. So they really needed this shit to work out. They gave it a shot. They gave something original a shot, and the rest is fucking history. It blew Dragon Ball Z out of the water. One Piece is the biggest franchise right now. It is the biggest franchise. It's Star Wars, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z's up there too, of course. But it's the longest. It's made history and all these things. So I think I'm gonna end it here, but I think it's important to recognize that, like, that's the real issue. Isn't that you guys are not bringing value with your own work, that your work isn't good enough, and all these things, right? Or that's why you're not getting the results you're desiring from online, from whatever, from publishers. It's actually because there's a huge obstacle of judgment all around, and these people that are judging, they're not open-minded enough to even recognize the potential. Just like when they saw Oda when he was still young, apprentice, and it was his turn now to carry the reins, they said, all right, you're going to trust it. They didn't believe in him. And then they ate shit. They ate their words, right? Because he fucking blew it out of the water, right? He made his story. It was unexpected and so original, and it had a pure heart. And that's why it fucking succeeded. Because it was truth in an art form. When you can do that, then you will 100% just stand out. And especially if you're coming out from Shonen Jump and it's a new series, it'll be popping, right? Everything else that you're seeing, a lot of shit in Shonen Jump now, regurgitated stuff, remakes, formula focus. It's so clear that the editors have so much say on the story and the art. You can see it. You can really see it, especially when they really want you to break things down and start to spoon feed the audience. Like, you can really see it. So, say all that. Say it's really believe in yourself. Really recognize the truth is, if you're creating something original, you're already far ahead than everybody else who's claiming to be your competition and doing the same shit everybody else is doing. Okay, and don't be disheartened by the numbers. You're not supposed to be getting a lot of numbers. Expect to get actually haters and not a lot of numbers and not a lot of viewers and not a lot of respect for it. But there's people who will see, they will come out, young people especially, they will recognize, oh, this guy's doing something true, and all these fuckers out here doing something fake. They're just drawing Boruto, right, or drawing Naruto or whatever the fuck, copy pasting a Google image that they just looked up to redraw, and this guy's doing his own thing. This is very interesting. Oh, it will resonate. So please start creating your own stuff, guys. Please don't be afraid. It's really fucking easy. If you need any help, DM me, ask me questions. I'm all here. I'm dedicated to the path. I want you guys to be dedicated to yours, okay? I'll be seeing you guys, okay? Later, Lil Luffy. See you. Exactly. Everyone comprehend. I'll give you a little taste of what this is. This is called Demonation. Now, this is a gag page. It's not really meant to be serious. So if you want to see more of my serious looking art, go on my page. You'll see. I'm sure you'll find something. But it's called Demonation, and it's a story about cloud agents in black who keep humanity asleep to the truly magical world we live in. And it's a story that's going to wake up the world, make people think about the world we live in, how much wonder has been sucked out of the world that we live in. In this story, there's diabolical syndicates like, fairy tale mafias. There's fucking fairy tale terrorists. There's a secret society of human supremacists, that humans that are awake who can see fairy tales and believe humans are supposed to be the inheritors of the world. There's this whole division between human and fairy tale kind in the story. Fairy tales is just trying to live a better life in the human territory. Humans are asleep, have no clue about their existence, and some that are awake have been indoctrinated into this radical mindset. And there's all these things caught up, and the main character has absolutely nothing to do with it. He comes from a world beyond the new world, and he has no idea who he is or what his mission is, but he's gonna learn as he goes through becoming a cloud agent, climbing up to gold class to find his friend that saved him as a kid, to find where he went in the old world and disappeared to. He learns how corrupted he is and what his actual mission is in the world. So it's a really exciting story, bro, and it's a story where it's not just a few characters. It's gonna grow into a whole army of characters. I'm telling a story where if you've ever played like Sakoden, um, opposed to like Final Fantasy. You see, Final Fantasy they'll have like maybe 7 characters max. Or Sakoden, they'll have 100 characters that are all a part of this liberation front, right? So in my story, it's something similar to that. It's like it grows into that. Okay, so it's gonna be very exciting. I can't wait to share with y'all. Today, I'm gonna be working on pages to actually drop. It'll be the unofficial release, so the art will be a little raw, but at least you'll be